But anyway,
Did anybody else have problems with the minutes, or I just out of it?
I think I glanced at them and
I had, under the Kellett Alexander property, it said the Alexanders like to sell 2 acres to add to Paul's lot this year and 2 acres next year, which that's true. But it says they're requesting approval for conveying the first lot as an additive. The Alexanders can't use the land, which is landlocked, so it's been divided into 2 parts to comply with Clean and Green. The reason it's in 2 parcels is because the taxes with Clean and Green. Right, you can only take out 2 acres a year.
yeah,
So I think that that's what that should say. And then under the Raven Rock, discuss tabling the plan because the owners were not present and pages of comments were recently received that the owners haven't had a chance to address. Does that mean the commissioners haven't had a chance to address, or there are comments that went to them that they haven't
I
had
gotta
to
go back
respond to?
and find them.
How are you? How are you?
I'm fine, how you doing?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Trying to get my blood sugar up. I didn't eat dinner, so I've been throwing popcorn into my mouth.
How low did it drop?
72. I'm not supposed to go below 100. Got it back up to
And
107.
a lot better?
Yeah. Got it back up to 107. So.
Don't pass out.
I'll go in your direction.
I've seen several people do it.
Yeah.
The minutes originally come from Barb, or is that something that Wendy turned around and sent back out?
These are from Barb. I think what they were saying is the 2 parcels that they want to sell to the Kelletts, they can't sell the back parcel. They can't sell the front parcel first because then it would be landlocked.
Yeah,
So, but the real reason that they're doing it in 2 parcels is because you can only take 2 acres out a year from Clean and Green without having to pay a big tax penalty.
You're right.
Yeah, so I think that that's, I don't know how that could be reworded, but.
Judy. Hey, Rich, hello.
Hello.
I do, lemons and everything, yep. So, keep it, sign her name around it.
Do you have a different plan than I have, or I have something that's misleading?
What about the city?
And like, I'm not finding that it added on the bottom.
That's something a little too big, we'll do it back here.
It's on the covers.
Let's just keep it up, and then, knock it down.
And then, where are you looking at? I mean, I'm not as positive, but
Yeah.
they're saying like you gotta get it off, so then,
Yeah.
you get the township for review, like, so that whole route of our approval.
Somewhere paving,
The swing area, I think
Yeah.
16 more minutes, so gravel back in our south corner out here.
Yeah.
I said, well, you're like, back there, and see
Right up.
stuff like that.
So it's 16, I'm drawing it.
That's actually something I was just trying to.
Zero, you can look at it. Yeah.
I was just telling you.
You still was on, step it in, step it off. I saw somebody mowing up,
I was there, skid letter and that.
or let me know when you, alrighty, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
so I could get it in.
Operation means lots of driveway. Like what I'm saying is that if we in that driveway, cause I'm not sure if we need that permission, that we're at, use the driveway.
I don't know where the G.
Did you survey, where did you survey that boundary? Like see how far that, our boundary? Cause I feel like there's a fence on the other side of the driveway, so.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I will call the meeting to order at 7:33. And Barbara, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Judy Hogan,
Here.
Rich Luquette,
Here.
Barb Rupert, Luther Ridge,
Here.
Dominic Pickering,
Here.
and Horst Steamer,
Absent.
and Brandon Lowe,
Absent.
and
Okay. Okay, did everyone have a chance to look at the minutes from the meeting in May?
The meeting with April.
I'm sorry?
The meeting with April.
I'm sorry,
April
is this it, is this May?
You said the meeting in May.
April 16th. I have a couple of questions under the sketch plan for the Killet Alexander property.
alright.
They're requesting approval for conveying the first lot as an addendum. Is that, I'm not sure what was meant by that.
Where is?
This is on, it's on page
Sketch
2 of
plan.
9.
I don't. They're
It's about halfway.
as an editor, that was best I could do from what I heard, so that doesn't, that's not a thing?
Well, also, it says the Alexander can't use the land, which is landlocked, and I think what they were saying is that they can't subdivide the front lot first, which they would like to do, because that would make the rest of the land landlocked. Okay? But I'm not sure that, what do you think, Dominic, does that even need to go in?
The word additor should be, I think should be add-on,
As an add-on?
as an add-on lot. They wanna cut it off and add it on to the other lot.
Okay, as an
Or off
add-on.
one lot, add to the second.
Okay, so maybe, but I see what Judy's saying, and I wondered, some of this, I wasn't sure how much detail needed to be in
Yeah,
here.
I was gonna say in general, minutes don't, it's nice for us, but
Right.
reality is,
Yeah, they did say landlocked, so you're right
They
there.
did say landlocked, but
They-
I didn't know how much was.
Yeah, she was, it wasn't, it's not really landlocked.
The real issue with them is that they can only subdivide 2 acres off a year without getting involved in the tax payback issue. That's really the only issue they have. I'm why they're not doing the 4 acres at once, they're gonna do 2 acres one year and 2 acres the next year.
Yeah.
So which part, I mean, we could strike,
Well, I don't think
How
we
much
need to,
of that?
because the Alexander can't use the land, I don't take out.
Right.
take that part out,
Yeah.
okay.
And I would
Maybe
say
there's lots
the,
of water.
excuse me, the parcel is to be divided into 2 lots to comply with clean and green to not be affected by tax.
Or we could just say to comply with green and green. Parcel is to be divided into 2 lots to comply with clean and green.
2 lots per year.
Okay.
It's not even lots, it's 2 acres.
Okay. And then they would like to join the parcel to the Keller property.
Right. And then under the Raven Rock, excuse me, tabling the plan because the owners were not present and pages of comments were recently received that the owners haven't had a chance to address.
Is that short enough?
Well, did you mean that the Raven Rock received comments that they haven't had time to respond to, or the
That was my
planning commission?
understanding from the conversation,
Yeah.
Okay, so,
That- like that it just wasn't
is
anywhere,
it soon because
it just wasn't, it was so recent that they hadn't even addressed it.
and since it's a federal property, I think I'd change owners to the applicants.
Applicants, okay. The applicants are not present. Okay. And it could just say, and comments were recently received,
Right.
take out pages.
And then the applicants haven't had a chance to address.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything?
Thank you, Judy.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
If we approve it with the noted changes.
I'll second that. If there's no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, I will admit I got a little stuck trying to figure out exactly what's going on and summarize the key parts, so thank you guys.
The only comments I have, from Chair is that, Horst is having some cardiac health issues, and they're trying to determine an appropriate plan action for care for him. So he is not able to attend the meetings currently. They can keep him in mind, that would be nice. And I don't see anyone here for public comments other than the applicants for tonight on the agenda. So no one present. No old business. And the new business is to review and comment on plans for the Goldenwood Bard site development plan dated 1/19/24, 25D18-0004-0002575 Track Road, revised 4/11/2024. Dominic, since you had most of the comments, and I didn't have anything in addition, I don't know, Barbara, Luther, and Rich, have you had a chance to read Dominic's comments?
I just skimmed them.
Was that
I didn't have
today?
the time to go through.
For May 20th? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Same, I did it with scan.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's, if Dominic could just go ahead and,
Um,
this, and if anybody has anything to add or,
Yeah. So, we received the revised plan. I've spoken to them, we went over our comments after they received them. Generally speaking, there is no, what I would call a showstopper. It's a lot of little things, and they just end up creating a lot of comments, but they're just, for the most part, pretty minor. Some of the things they will have to do, like when any plans like this, operation and maintenance agreements, bonding for site improvements, so they'll have to give us a bonding estimate. The non-building declaration for sewage planning. They are to provide a wetland delineation report. If they request a waiver of that, I wouldn't object. They're not building anything in any hydro soils. We've typically done that if they request it.
can I just ask why a non-building waiver plan when they are building?
Because they're not creating sewage.
Okay. Well, they are, but they're handling it.
It's already, right, it's already,
How they're handling it is there.
yeah. Well, what they're doing is adding more dogs, not necessarily more people, so we don't have to worry about the human sewage aspect. Stormwater, I'm not gonna get into unless anybody wants to get into nitty gritty. They talked to Maddie in our office today, went over everything. Even with the stormwater, most of it's a lot of minor little things. The biggest issue they still have to sort of work out is the secondary driveway. It'd be my number 7.
Okay.
Their secondary driveway that would be a joint use with their neighbor that exists out there now. They want to continue using it and all. They're proposing, I guess, to extend it, but the extension's only on your property. And what we've asked is, what we would ask for anybody, show us the existing O&M agreement and right away. If not, you'll have to get one. Just because, as you can understand, we don't want your neighbor coming in here and yelling.
The existing one could be in the previous owner's name.
They usually run with the property,
Yeah.
and if you have an existing one, and you can show everything onto the plan with that, it'll go to the township solicitor to review and say, township's in good shape, because ultimately, if anything happens, it becomes a civil issue.
Right.
We don't want
Understood.
we don't want your neighbor coming in here and yelling at us.
It's understood. Yeah.
So, as long as the agreements are good, we're fine with it, but again, it's existing, we understand. If it was new, we might be a little different
Sure.
in
Thank
this
you.
scenario.
Under, anything else in your comments?
No, not really.
Okay, under county comments, under the 4 subdivision development ordinance, letter M, this section established requirements for, do you have this? No?
I just have KPIs.
You're looking at M, you said?
Section 275
Here's your-
right here. That's your,
At least your response letter portion of it.
it's about paving the common use commercial.
Yeah, this one, I understand, this can be a sticky wicket. And it comes out of the zoning ordinance that a commercial driveway needs to be paved and gives the width and everything. A residential driveway does not need to be paved. We don't have a mixed-use driveway, which would be what you would have as a mixed use, i.e. your commercial and residential. The reason why, this is your zoning officer's decision, and the reason why I say that is it's existing.
Okay,
And if the zoning officer determines that since they're not looking to upgrade the actual driveway and it's existing, has been being used by them for this use, it's not, in my opinion, I'm not the zoning officer.
so that doesn't matter.
I just wouldn't say nothing. I'd say, well, if you're not doing nothing, it's existing, keep doing what you're doing with the O&M agreements.
Sure.
I understand where county's coming from. Ultimately, it comes out of zoning ordinance. That should be something your zoning officer.
So how much
makes
of it would you
determine.
pay if they would require that?
Okay, access drive non-residential. All access drives shall be paved with concrete or bituminous paving. Access drive width. Access drive shall be provided a 12 foot wide cartway. No case shall it be, however, in no case shall any access drive cartway be less than 18 feet. 12 of each lane of travel, which would be 24, my bad. In no case should it be less than 18 feet. Again, I don't know how they're gonna do it. Because, again, the residential doesn't require it. I don't consider it new. If you wanna pave it, I don't care.
Should they,
Yeah.
then if they,
You-
I mean, that's a huge expense, obviously.
Yeah.
We had plan on staying,
Sure.
yeah.
And again, it's,
is that something they should call,
you should talk to
committee?
the zoning officer.
Mhm.
See how he views it, see if it's an existing non-conformity.
I did add something, we talked, the way, correct me if I'm wrong, Austin, they're gonna be staggered.
Yeah, our pickup times are staggered, so there'll never be like an influx of,
So that's something that we
Traffic.
can bring up to zoning officer that, you know,
Yeah.
there's staggered times, there won't be many people there
Yeah, and I'm not worried
at
about
all.
traffic. You're not gonna have that much traffic that we would.
so if we don't use that proposed new entrance, like say the zoning officer said we have to get it paved, and we say, okay, well, we'll just use the old entrance. I mean, technically it goes back to the parking lot that's existing there now. So the only, I mean, and it's a commercial.
Yeah, the
Double
one
now.
the one that's existing out front, that's not the joint one,
Mhm.
again, we're not asking you, I'm not asking you to upgrade it,
Oh,
cause
yeah,
it's,
right.
it's
Right.
existing.
The main reason we're doing it is
Um,
because for safety, if we have somebody in that house.
I understand.
that's
More of a
the only reason.
secondary, yeah.
Yeah, I know, I completely understand, and again, where you're lengthening it is completely all on your property,
Right.
so it has no bearing on
Sure.
the entrance and.
That's why I was wondering if just that entrance would need to be paved, and then we could have stone on our property. That's what I was getting at.
And
there.
again, you're gonna have to talk to the zoning
Okay.
officer, cause the way it reads is all access drives shall be paved with concrete or bituminous paving or another material, suitable to the zoning officer and the township engineer with recommendation from township, and that's double language.
So who's the zoning officer?
Andrew Miller.
Andrew is? Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
You have this in.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And if he could write a letter saying he's fine with the driveways being existing as is, as long as we get that right of way agreement. Does anybody else have any issue with that?
I don't think so, I mean, I guess, there won't be more people at the same time, but there'll be more use.
Understood.
Yeah, I think originally they were worried about dust and stuff like that for the neighbors, like being courteous of the neighbors, and I completely understand that. We do, it'll be in top shape, our driveway will be maintained all the time, so hopefully that won't be an issue. But yeah, I'll talk to Andrew and see what he says.
Have anything, Rich? I'm going to move that we table this again, so that these issues can be addressed. It's kind of frustrating, I know how easy it is to miss them, but we keep referring to Maryland.
I got rid of all those this time, sure.
Oh,
We
look at
copied
this one
those
I
up.
got here.
That's a lot.
No, yeah, like I said, we just received these new comments, and I
Okay.
addressed all the ones you see that we went over tonight,
Okay,
they're all addressed.
okay,
I spoke with Dominic and Matt, and I'm actually sending a new copy out tomorrow
Okay.
afternoon that addresses all the comments that you have in front of you,
okay.
the ones we're discussing tonight. They're all cleaned up, the house and stuff, everything. We'll take into consideration once we just went
So
over
I guess you
the
should
questions.
add another revised date on here too.
There'll be a new revised date as of the comment sheet that you will have to address with those.
So, I move that we table this until the June meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? No discussion, okay, so, Wendy told me that you were given an extension because by date this would be expiring.
Yes, that extension is given.
Okay, so, let me see, June third, Tuesday, June. June 18th.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
June 18th meeting,
Mm-hmm.
hypothetically, if it's not approved,
Mm-hmm.
what happens then? Since we have an extension.
Did they set a time, a length of extension? Was it 30 days?
45
days?
Which is basically, I mean, I think it was on the 17th.
Yeah. 45 days would be close to
Yeah,
that.
close to that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, is it, like what happens at the end of the extension if we don't have approval?
Well, I guess you can ask for another extension,
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, we weren't sure really.
but, the
Yeah.
Well,
supervisors,
there's not, we'll be
the
glad.
supervisors are not happy about that.
Well, understood,
Yeah,
but we don't want much trust.
yeah, yeah, women. And then we really should have them 10 days ahead. That's the rule, the planning commission.
Understood.
Okay.
I just received these 2 days ago, so.
Okay, sorry, I understand.
And, but you will have them before, like I said, I'll have these ready for them, wire from the next year's plenty of time to get everything lined out.
And then you'll provide that one.
And, this is just a little. There's language that belongs in this box. This box needs to be somewhere on the front page.
Okay,
And I think Wendy can give you the actual languages.
okay.
Like, there
I'll
should
talk
be
to her tomorrow about that.
there should be a place for the supervisors to sign,
Okay,
the planning commission to sign, and the Adams County, that they at least reviewed it. And it
okay.
needs to have, you know, it should say the planning commission, or the lieutenant super, and then the date, I mean, who's aligned and the person who's signing it.
Yeah, that's
You
the
know
way
what
we
I mean?
normally do them, but I
Yeah,
haven't
and then the
received,
date,
I haven't
'cause
received anything else about that.
this is what's gonna be filed at the courthouse.
Okay,
And so somewhere on the front page where, you've got it, I think, where most people put it up in the top right corner.
I'll speak with her tomorrow,
Okay.
I appreciate that, thank you.
And when we get here, I'm not gonna be in the box.
I appreciate that, thanks.
Okay, well, I'm sorry this is going on, but it happens.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
It is.
Well, I mean, if someone gave you something that referenced Maryland or Washington County, which
Sure.
is also in here, you know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a process, like I said, we just can't make those, like I made them one day, and we just can't say, okay, they're made, let's approve it next week.
Yeah.
You know, because they're all finished, but,
And so that'll mean that if it is approved in June, it will go to the supervisors on the 2nd of July.
That's what Wendy's reference is, yeah. July
I don't have that, no.
Yeah,
Attached are the confirmation from it was May 15th,
we have the same one for the next one.
that granting the 45-day review. And we make a recommendation June 18th, and the board makes a decision July 2nd, which is basically what you're saying, so.
Okay.
Is that the township's policy, 45 days at a time?
I'm sorry, 45 days, the extension?
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, you have any other questions?
Well,
If we do,
did you guys vote on table and vote on the extension?
no.
Oh, okay.
Well, we don't grant the extension.
Well, I thought the
You
extension
have
was
to at
already
least-
granted.
Yeah, I thought the
No, no.
supervisor.
That's what Wendy's note said.
I know the minutes say that we're supposed to be acknowledging the.
You mean the extension?
Well, there was, okay, yep, there's no, by the time they asked for it, the board never even met yet.
Oh.
We just asked for it last week, so the board didn't meet, so it wasn't granted. What you need to do is, I think Judy made a motion to table the plan.
Right.
Yeah, and then there's a second part here about the extension.
So, you need to table the plan, and then you need to make a recommendation that the board of supervisors approve the 45-day extension request.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll have to do the same
Yeah,
with,
because
with
they'll
the next
meet
plan.
Right.
Okay.
the first Tuesday in June.
Right.
Okay, so I move that we, recommend that the supervisors extend the time for the Boulevard site development plan by 45 days. Okay. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Right.
Okay. I don't think we need to have anyone else that we do recommend that you speak to the zoning officer.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And did you make a motion to table the plan? Or
Yes.
Did I, okay.
Yeah.
So he did, I guess guess I just missed that.
She
Judy
motioned,
motioned.
Rich Luket seconded,
Okay.
all were in favor.
Okay. My bad.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm throwing this one out.
Please do. I did.
Okay,
I got
so,
it actually fell apart. I had to take a roll. At least my cats love it.
yeah, that's,
See, I don't see that on here, but I'm not. What do
yeah,
you
so you have
think?
to have them in to meet the June 18th, is that
Yeah.
the next one we meet?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to have, June 19th, I guess. Sure.
Which is a Saturday.
Right, yeah. Yeah, 10 days, not business days, but 10 days.
Sure.
But again, you get to me next week, you know, or you get to me the end of this week.
Yeah, I told Mike I'd have it to you actually tomorrow afternoon.
Most of my stuff I could probably get to you, and then you can send you a draft letter. It's gonna be Maddie's stuff that takes a little bit longer.
Sure.
Again, typically we don't really get into the nitty gritty with stormwater, whether it be here or the supervisors.
Right.
But yeah, I'm a little bit more flexible this week than
Okay.
Maddie is.
Okay.
Just trying to.
She did say
Yeah.
whenever we get these finished and return, she'll find time to do that, so I appreciate that.
Okay.
Both of you, thanks.
Okay. This really should have come under old business, I think. It's not really new business.
I put it under old business.
Okay, so I think that ends that one.
And may I ask,
Sure.
so you motion to recommend that the Board of Supervisors extend the time for reviewing the site development plan by 45 days.
Not mentioning anything about
Their
their,
second.
right, but not mentioning their July second meeting or.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I see here, knowledge request. We did that.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Jay.
It'll get done.
Thank you. I hope so. See ya.
Okay, so, I don't have anything on CIR.
No, we just have
So
to
it's just to,
45 days.
recommend the supervisors approve 45-day extension.
Also for the Ring Rock.
That's what I'm moving right now, I'm sorry. So I move that, we recommend to the supervisors at their June meeting that they approve a 45-day extension for the Raven Rock Mountain Complex Land Development Plan.
I'll second.
You sure? You sound like, I'm not sure.
Oh, I thought we just voted on that.
No, we did,
No,
we
this is
did
Raven
this
Rock.
one. No, this is for Raven Rock.
Oh, okay.
So you motion to recommend that the Board of Supervisors extend this time for reviewing the site development plan by 45 days, the same wording?
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
Oh, who's second? Oh,
We didn't vote.
we didn't vote,
We didn't vote.
we just passed.
Any further discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
No, one against the motion. That is the end of the, agenda, as I read it. Except for adjournment.
I would move the meeting.
Moves that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that.
Good, I don't have to retype it, yes.
I'm a little hesitant, we have a discussion.
Yeah, let's have a discussion. I came in here and I had the temperature set down at 74, and I put it to 72, and it was still hot, and I put it to 70, and I'm still hot.
It felt
Is
cold
it
at
just
first,
me?
but it feels okay right now.
Does it?
It's a
Okay.
little muggy.
Yeah, it's
Now can we
Yeah.
vote on that?
All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Very good, well, thank you, and, so Rich has already said that he will not be able to make the June meeting.
I will not be here for